Saba Ahmed is the president and founder of the Republican Muslim Coalition and campaigned for Donald Trump to become president, as you can see. She is joining us now from Washington, D.C. Good to have you with us on the programme. So Donald Trump already saying that he's prepared to keep parts of Obamacare rather than repeal it completely. How worried are you that he's not going to be able to follow through on all those promises he made during the campaign?
Well, he said a lot of things during the campaign. Not necessarily everything becomes law, but he will try his best to keep up with his campaign promises. And I think his main focus is the economy, job creation, less taxes, and improving American lives for everyone.
So you're saying that much of the rhetoric that he said during the campaign was purely to actually get elected. He doesn't actually intend to be able to carry out all of those promises he made.
Well, I think he's going to try his best to focus on the policies that he had campaigned about. He is strong on immigration reform, comprehensive national security policies. He will be focusing, like I said, on the economy, job creation, spurring economic growth through less taxes. I think that's his main focus, and that's what he's been mandated by the people here.
Well, of course, one of the early promises he made during his campaign initially was to ban all Muslims coming to the United States. You, as a Muslim woman, but also a Republican supporter, many people would struggle to understand why it is that you could support a man who could initially promise such a thing.
Well, I knew from the very get-go that it was a very unconstitutional idea and illegal under many federal laws. So I knew I didn't take that rhetoric seriously. And Trump himself has backed down quite a bit from his anti-Muslim rhetoric. And I know that will never actually become law. And Congress will definitely scrutinize such a policy if that was ever enacted. And it will be struck down easily by courts of law. So we have a checks and balances system that will protect the rights of Muslims and minorities alike in the U.S.
There are many people who believe that the checks and balances system might not work as well as you seem to imply it will do. There are many Muslims, as you will know, in the United States who are really scared right now about what might happen to them and also to their relatives who may want to come and visit or might even want to move to the United States permanently. Some are already being racially insulted on the streets, they say. Parents are trying to comfort children who are frightened by what he said.
Well, I think there's a lot of fear running because of the liberal Democrats that tried to get the votes from our community based on fears. A lot of Democrats campaigned against Donald Trump, scaring our community into voting for them. And I think that's coming to terms with them. Regardless of Trump's rhetoric, I think this country has a constitution to protect us and many federal laws. And the people who are scared, I would just urge them to calm themselves. I mean, our faith is fairly strong. Have faith in God and our country and defend your faith to the best of your abilities. And there is local law enforcement. If there are hate crimes occurring, I would urge them to contact their local law enforcement as soon as possible.
It seems to me, and I think from what you're saying as well, that some of the inflammatory words that he used, particularly early on in his campaign, they were designed to appeal to a certain type of person, someone who would support those sort of policies. Some people, indeed, who are racists, who are Islamophobes. If he doesn't follow through, though, with those promises that he did make that they support, how are they going to respond, do you think, when those laws don't become enacted?
I think he is going to, like I said, he's talked about evolving into extreme wedding of people coming from countries that are state sponsors of terror. I think focusing on national security policies that make America safer is the right way to go. And monitoring such people, anyone who is coming into the country, he's talked about secure borders and making sure that we're monitoring every single person who's coming in and making sure we're vetting them properly so that there is no ISIS infiltration or there is no future terrorism coming from that.
Good to talk to you. Saba Ahmed joining us there from Washington, D.C. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks for having me.